excited to read this month. I really am. It is that time of month again where the TBR jar picks our July reads. It is time for my favorite video every month, and there has been a little bit of an upgrade. We actually have a jar for our TBR jar and not a mug. I love that mug dearly, but now I can actually use it for my drinks. So it is now away in the kitchen, and I have found this pink mason jar at the 99-cent store before they closed. How awesome is this? It's pink! My favorite color, if you could not tell. I kind of wish real life was like musicals, where we could just sing about anything, anytime, and it would be fine. Okay, back to what you're here for, the TBR jar. So, ooh, that was satisfying. The only issue with this jar is that, like, my hand doesn't fit. So if I'm struggling to get prompts out, I did bring my pair of tweezers. So we are going to do 8 prompts this month, as always. There's definitely a few on here that I want to read more than others, I will say that. So let's just get into it for prompt number 1. I don't even know how to like shake it because it doesn't really shake well. Okay, I'll give you the honor of reading it. Oh, is it upside down? Does that just say a romance? Oh, a rom-com. Ooh, a rom-com. A rom-com. For a rom-com, I'm gonna go with Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. This is the second book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. The first one was A Butcher and Blackbird right there. This one, it fully says dark romantic comedy. So like, this one's for sure a rom-com. An enemies to lovers, dark romantic comedy packed with danger, chaos, and heat. So this one follows Lachlan, who I'm pretty sure is Rowan's brother, and Lark, who is Sloane's best friend, I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering that correctly. And they have to get married. Why, I don't fully understand, but I don't need to know. All I need to know is that they have to get married and I'm in. He has to marry her and they can't stand each other. There's another phantom lurking on their doorstep, and this one has come from blood. Dun dun dun! I'm excited for that one. I'm so excited. I didn't think a dark romantic comedy would, hit as hard as Butcher and Blackbird did, but it was so good and so funny. I'll let you read prompt number 2. This one's longer. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I literally have no idea how to know. There's always one prompt that I just don't listen to. Should we try the tweezers? Try one at the bottom. Oh, don't lose the tweezers in there. Don't lose the tweezers in there. Should I pick the one that the tweezers picked or the one that fell out? I feel like the one that fell out, it's volunteering as tribute. So I need to respect that and honor that, you know? A genre you don't normally read. Well, I always read romance. I don't read many nonfiction. I don't read many literary fiction. I do not normally read. Is Song of Achilles romance or literary fiction? The genre on the back says fiction/historical. There's In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. How much long is this book? Because it seems short. And I love a short book. Oh, this is like 250 pages. I might go with this one for the length. I feel like because I don't typically reach towards or enjoy literary fiction because I can get kind of bored with it, the fact that this book is only 250 pages is a good place to go because the chances of me actually reading it are a lot higher. And this one also has like elements that have to do with love and romance in ways. And if there's romance, I'm in it. If it's good, that is. So this follows Danny, who has this great job interview. She gets proposed to, and then she wakes up the next day and she's in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and next to a very different man. So she spends exactly 1 hour, 5 years in the future before she wakes again in her own home on the brink of midnight. And it's 1 hour she cannot shake. So it's an unforgettable love story, but it's not the one you're expecting. So it's still a love story, but it is fiction. Literary fiction. I'm counting it, okay? it doesn't seem like it feels like it's going to be more of a general fiction about her than like the romance. So I'm going with that. Okay, I kind of see the one that the prompt or the tweezers were picking, and I don't want to do it. So I'm going to put that back in and ignore it, like I ignore all my problems, and pick a different one. Okay, what does it say? What does it say? A book you haven't heard many reviews about. I think I'm gonna pick Not in Love by Ellie Hazelwood. I haven't heard many reviews because this is a new release. I'm gonna pick this one because I'm very excited. I think this is her first dual POV book, and again, it is back to the science STEM romance. I'm here for it. So this is a forbidden secret affair. So it seems like she's working at Klein, this startup, and Eli wants the company, and so they're kind of have rivalry going on, but there's attraction. So they have a secret love affair that needs to end at a certain date when one of their companies prevails. But of course, love will get in the way of that. Of course, but they're so silly. They don't know. They don't know what we know. They're gonna fall in love. Or will they not be in love? Prompt number 4, prompt number 4. Book one of your fave booktubers/talkers love. I'm gonna set myself up for success here because lately I have not been finishing my monthly TBRs. I'm going to pick Heartstopper. This is a graphic novel. This is volume 1. I've been seeing Sarah Caroli eat the series up. She absolutely loves it. I have watched both seasons that are on Netflix and I can't wait for the 3rd one. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna love it. And I should be able to read this in a day. So that should help me actually complete my TBR this month. Maybe because I haven't been completing my TBR, I shouldn't do 8 books each time, but I just love this process so much that I'm gonna do 8 each time. I would do 10 if I thought I could do it. Okay, a book that is under 300 pages. I think I'm going to choose Crazy Love by Frances Chan. This is 187 pages. Perfect. And I do want to try to include at least like one Christian nonfiction book a month if I can. I've heard great things about this book. It's all about, I think, God's love and what that means for our lives and who we are. I don't know. I've just heard great things about this book, so I'm gonna add this one, and I love that it's under 200 pages because that means I'm more likely to read it. Prompt number 6. I'm really liking that none of these books are like too thick, but I hope I don't regret saying that because watch, this one's gonna be like a book over 500 pages. Just watch. What does it say? Break it to me. A book you want to annotate. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm going to choose King of Greed by Anna Huang, and here's my reasoning and explanation behind that. I absolutely loved the Twisted series. I mean, I don't think any of them were 5 stars, but like I think it's like a 5-star series for me. Like if I could go back and read a series for the first time again, it would be the Twisted series. And I annotated those. I mean, I underlined, circled things. That's my version of annotation. I don't go in depth because it's just a lot. And I even recently, I reread like the second halves of Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies. Just because I just feel so much emotion when I read those books, and I wanted to go back to all the things I underlined. And then I read the first 2 books in the Kings of Sin series, and I think I may have underlined a few things in them, but this series hasn't been hitting as hard as the Twisted series. I liked King of Wrath a lot. King of Pride was a huge letdown. Watch that video somewhere on this channel. So I'm excited for King of Greed because I'm hoping it'll be better than King of Pride. When I was rereading parts of the Twisted books, I was like, I just miss this writing and I miss this like emotional depth and connection and just the way it makes me feel. So I'm hoping that this Anna Huang book will do that for me, and then I can feel connected and emotional, and there'll be things I want to underline. I'm excited to read this month. I really am. Okay, keep getting like really long ones. Better to have long prompts than long books, am I right? A book your friend chooses for you. This is what I didn't want to do because I filmed on my phone, and like then I had to like take it off the tripod and do all that work. Listen, some may call me lazy, and that so might be true. I am not denying that. That's it. That's all I have to say for myself. Okay, let's pick a different one. Second chance romance. Do I have any? Well, I don't know if that counts. I think I'm gonna go with Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. I don't know if this is like fully second chance romance. This is the closest thing I have to a second chance romance, I think. She writes this article thing on this movie star, Gabe Parker, and they have a whirlwind of a weekend. Stuff happens, I'm assuming, and they go their separate ways, and then it's 10 years later. She's gone through a divorce and therapy. She's back in LA, and she gets asked by his PR team to do a second interview, and so she is too curious to see if that weekend was as memorable for him as it was for her. So she says yes. So it kind of has elements of second chance romance. Like, I don't fully know what happened that weekend to know like fully how they connected or not, but they had a moment. It's been 10 years and now they are reconnecting. So I'm gonna count that as second chance romance. And I've heard a lot of good things about that book. Okay, this is our last prompt. Our last prompt for July. Why are these so long? Who wrote these? Gosh. A book that starts with the first letter of the month. That's fun. So J, July. I don't think I have any book, even on my shelf, that I've read that starts with J. So, not for lack of trying, but this one is gonna have to go back in because we don't have anything that aligns with that. So let's try that again. A black spine. I don't have any fantasy. I have two thoughts for black spine. One, I don't have any fantasy on here. So part of me wants to do King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. This is vampire, I think enemies to lovers. They have to get married. She tries to kill him, you know, love, and has a black spine. And so I really want this because I want fantasy. But I also don't have any mystery type book. And if you saw my Besties Choose video, you know I got snubbed. Is that the right word? I got snubbed. Thanks, Bestie. And I wanted to read this so bad, but I didn't get to. And this is A Black Spine. This is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's YA Criminal Minds, basically. And I was really upset that I didn't read it. So I think I'm gonna go with The Naturals, just because even though, yes, I want fantasy, this is very much romance, like all my fantasy books are, and we have a lot of romance options. So I think I'm gonna go with The Naturals and give it a second chance. Wow. I'm so excited to read this month. This is so much fun. I love reading. For rom-com, we chose Leather and Lark. For a genre you don't normally read, I picked In 5 Years. For a book you haven't heard many reviews about, I chose Not in Love. A book one of your favorite booktubers love, I picked Heartstopper. A book under 300 pages, I picked Crazy Love. A book you want to annotate, I picked King of Greed. For second chance romance, I picked Funny You Should Ask. And lastly, for Black Spine, we are giving The Naturals another try. Yeah. So there you have it. My July TBR is going to be a wonderful reading month. I am so excited. As always, please let me know what you are reading. What is on your radar? What books are you going to read for July? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. And thank you so much for being here and joining me during my favorite part of the month. Truly. Happy reading!